record on this computer, and it started. All right, perfect. Thank you. Hello, Liz.
Hello, how are you?
Good, good. Help me say your last name real quick, so I when I do a quick intro.
Uh-huh. Tabish.
Tabish. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. Perfect. All right, I'll do a quick little intro, and then off we go.
Super.
Three, two, one. The Chosen season 4 opening in theaters and reprising her inspiring and so relatable role as Mary Magdalene is Elizabeth Tabish. Hello, Elizabeth.
Hello, how are you?
Doing good. Thanks for joining us. The writers of The Chosen have given you like such great material to work with and bring to life. Has there been a moment that it's been like, wow, I can't believe that I get to embody this role for people?
All of it, every moment. From the beginning, the first time I got to read the script was for the audition of Mary, and um, I hadn't read a character, a female character that was so well written, with that much sort of psychological complexity and depth and backstory in a long, long time. Like I don't even know if I could really compare it to anything. So I was grateful from the get-go to get to even just audition for it. I thought that these writers understand something really profound about women and even trauma and the sort of very specifically female challenges that Mary goes through. And so yeah, so I was just grateful from the beginning, and then every season it feels like she's got these wonderful lessons and growth, and but it's all very realistic and relatable. It's two steps forward, one step back sort of growth that I think
Yeah.
viewers have been relating to, that I certainly relate to
Yeah.
as I'm acting it.
Yeah. I mean, I bet you all the actors could say the same thing is that we've never had characters like these before or have never had to dive into such complexity. And you said, as you said, she's had a few things that she's had to
Yeah,
go through. I mean, she
fortunately.
embodied what a lot of us go through. I mean, returning to Jesus after a failure. I mean, literally, you go back to him and going through all that. And I think everybody who watches that scene will remember it always because, I mean, we're all going to fail, right? And I think you've helped with Jonathan to cement that. How was that scene for you guys to work out?
Oh, one of my favorite scenes to film. I was nervous about doing it. I didn't want to mess it up. It felt like a really important scene to um, show a type of reconciliation that is honest and like really kind of even painful and embarrassing and
Yeah.
all of the feelings. But as we were filming it, Dallas really pointed out, he was like, there's this lead up, this build up, a little chit chat at the beginning, but like nothing can really happen until she says, "I'm just so sorry." Up until that, he's there impatient and sort of waiting, just like, "I'm so glad you're back." But there really can't be any, I guess, next steps for transformation until she admits, I messed up. And I'm sorry for it. And so it's just, I think, a really beautiful example of the patience that Jesus has, and that he's just sort of always ready to take us back. Yeah, it was wonderful to film. It was really special.
I replay it over in my mind, thinking, okay,
Mm.
this is how it should happen. And I think that's what I mean. A lot of people needed that at that moment because we all do that. Um, Now I know for yourself, the role of Mary has changed you, like just from getting the call to do it to now coming into season 4. Can you kind of share a little bit about that?
Sure. I mean, I the the version of me that booked
Mm.
the role, and how I feel about life today is really dramatically different. I I was in I was going through such a depression when I booked the role. It really informed, I think, how I was able to relate to Mary in those first few episodes. Um, and it just has felt like she's been this type of mentor of showing me those next steps towards growth, those next steps to maturing. um, I love how she's able to take her pain and her past and be able to recognize it in others and have compassion for others and reach out to others. And it kind of turns into a superpower, of
Yeah.
being sensitive to others instead of being sensitive just to herself. And I relate so much to that of like, oh, that's where I want to go. That's
Mm.
what life is all about, is taking what you have learned and using it to help other people, to connect with other people, um and help, everyone grow together,
Yeah. Yeah.
um and share that, the sort of love that comes from that. But not just playing the character, but just being a part of the show, and the people I get to work with, and the people I get to meet through the show, fans and
Mhm.
interviewers. And it's been such a wonderful connecting point, um, to 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 feel like there's a real community here of really loving people that are excited about sharing this message.
I asked Jonathan also to comment on this, because I think it's therapeutic. Like, we're not actors, but we are called to follow Jesus, and he embodied that role. So I thought, of all the characters as well, I mean, we want to embody that. And I think, just tell me from an actor's perspective how we can relate that in everyday life to following, because you're following a script that's based on the Bible. We want to follow the Bible, and
Mhm.
we're seeing a little bit more of an illustration of that through this series. From an actor's perspective, what have you learned about helping just all of us, maybe a tip or pointer about following Christ, embodying that? You know what I mean? Like taking on that role, like stepping in and seeing through those eyes.
Yeah, I think that's what is so cool about The Chosen, is it's taking what Jesus taught and creating scenarios where it can be acted out. So we're getting this. Oh no, sorry, I just got. Okay, hold on just a second. I lost you. Oh
You,
no, hold on.
I'm still getting you.
Sorry. Okay,
I could still hear
good.
you
There you
too.
are. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, uh, I was saying how, yes, the narrative of The Chosen is able to sort of exemplify Jesus's message. So we're seeing his teachings acted out. And it's great to be able to be a part of it. But also, I have so much fun being sort of in the background in a lot of these scenes and watching them play out, with other actors. And um, there's certain things that there's certain moments that just feel like they're for you. They're like speaking to you, of like, this is what you need to work on. This is a lesson for you. This
Mm.
is, or a moment of hope for you. This is a reminder to you about Jesus, about love, about forgiveness and compassion. And so it's just, there's such a plethora of these moments
Yeah.
while we're filming. But then also it's so fun just to be able to watch it afterwards and almost separate myself from the project as an actor and just like watch it as a show, and get so much out of it from that perspective too.
Yeah.
I don't know if any other project has told these stories in such a visceral way where it's almost, for an audience member, it's almost cathartic and almost like
Oh
lessons
yeah.
without being preachy too. Like none of it's being forced, none of it's being like pushed on anyone. It's just such beautiful storytelling. But it's also really lovely to be a part of a project that's inspiring hope and compassion in its viewers.
Yeah. Well, it's just playing out and you're part of it. It's almost like, hey, we should all say, all right, let's gather around. You're going to be so and so today. You're Andrew. You're Matthew. You know what I mean? Just let's walk through this. I think we would
What
see
does
the
it feel like?
Bible
Yeah.
differently. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, for season 4, as much as you're allowed, any spoilers for Mary Magdalene that you can leak a little bit about how her
Ooh.
character is? Because she's sort of shown some recovery, making friends, and
Mhm,
she's
mhm.
really growing. So what do you
She's
think?
doing good.
Yeah, she's
She's doing
doing
real
fine.
good.
Yeah.
She's
What do you think?
finding, I think, a confidence in being a part of the group, really feeling like she belongs. Um, and she's, I think she's really, this season especially, paying close attention to what Jesus is saying and what Jesus is going through, and kind of recognizing how he might feel a little alone in this moment of nobody can really understand what he's going through and what he knows. And she doesn't know what's going to happen, but I think she's starting to pay attention to like hints that he's sharing that something very major is about to happen. Um, and there's she's, I think, really finding sort of her place as sort of an observer or as a witness, to what's happening. And as others might be either frustrated or confused about exactly what's happening, I think because of her past, she's able to recognize that we may not always understand the mystery of what's occurring, but to be patient with it and to have faith in the process and in him. And so there's a little bit of, I think, uh, strength in her this season that's new.
Well, you're doing an amazing job. And up in Canada, we are loving The Chosen, and we
Yay! Thank
can't wait to
you.
get into theaters and see the rest of it. And you can stream it, catch up on all the seasons, Netflix, YouTube, whatever it happens to be. Elizabeth Tabish plays Mary Magdalene, and she's been our guest. Thanks so much, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much for having me.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Sweet.
God,
Thank you.
have
Bye
a good
bye.
Thank you
one.
so much. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you as well. Bye bye.